Welcome to a tour of National Geographic's Reach for Reading Comprehension Coach on myngconnect.com. myngconnect.com is your one-stop portal for all online resources available to both students as well as teachers. As we spend time today focusing on the comprehension coach, we are going to look at this through the eyes of the teacher or for educators. Log into your account with your credentials from National Geographic Learning so that you can access your resources. Once you get to your resources, you will be able to view Comprehension Coach if you purchase that item with your materials from National Geographic Learning. Today we are going to be using grade 3 to access the Comprehension Coach. Once you click on your student book for grade 3, this is what will appear on your screen. You'll notice above the student book several icons. Our focus today will be strictly on the mouse icon, which activates the Comprehension Coach. Once you activate that link or that button, your screen will look like this. There are several things before we actually open a selection that I'd like to point out to you. To the far right of the screen, you'll notice a red button that says Quit Coach. If ever you are in Comprehension Coach and want to end that session, click that red button. You'll also notice a note that says all data will be cleared after you sign out. This is because I am looking at this as the teacher, not the student, in a demo account. All data is saved when the student is actually doing the recording in his or her account. Not to worry. You'll also notice the Help Me video. This tutorial gives you an overview of Comprehension Coach, but you can find even more support through that Help Me video. You'll notice the top line that says Unit, Selection Titles, Reading Progress, Question Progress, Reading Report, words correct per minute earned and the goal, and the geo points earned and the goal. This information will be consistent throughout the Comprehension Coach. At the very bottom of your screen, you'll notice a key code. Those items for which students have read correctly, as well as those items indicating what the student has or has not completed. We are going to be using the selection Those Shoes as we move through this demo. So I'm going to start by clicking the selection for Those Shoes. Once I click that selection, the selection will actually open and prompt me with this screen. It indicates to answer questions while you read, click the red Q. To practice reading aloud, click Record, and you will see both aspects of Comprehension Coach throughout this demonstration. The support for comprehension questions, as well as the support for recording with student voices. Once students enter the Comprehension Coach, they can either answer questions or they will be able to record their own voices through Comprehension Coach and again quit when they are ready. As we look at the question portion of the Comprehension Coach, students will click the red Q and there will be new questions provided to them to respond to. They can listen to the question being read to them or read it on their own, as well as the directions. This question has 4 options. Let's choose an option.
Correct.
Students are given immediate feedback as to the response they have chosen. Had the student chosen one of the incorrect responses, there would have been an opportunity for students to go back into the selection and answer the question again. Let's take a look at another question. As we locate that red box with a white Q, there are additional questions. This time, let's see how the student responds to this question. Who is the only person not laughing when Jeremy comes to the classroom in cartoon animal shoes? We'll choose Brandon.
Sorry, please try again.
Students are prompted to go back into the selection and try answering the question again. This gives students an opportunity to use the text to respond to this question. And here we see the better answer the student might be able to use.
Correct.
Since the student was prompted, he will receive fewer points for this particular question. Now that you have seen the opportunity for students to answer comprehension questions, let's take a look at the feature where students are actually going to be able to record their voices. This is an excellent opportunity for students to practice fluency in reading the selections you have decided for them to read. When students click on the record, they will have the opportunity first to check their microphone. It is recommended that your students use headsets with a microphone in order to secure the best recording. Once they've done this, they will be prompted to go through a small exercise to ensure the device is connected correctly. After students count to 10 and hit the next, they will then hear themselves counting within the system. Students can play that information back to assure everything is working correctly. If everything is working correctly, they will receive this prompt and be able to do their recordings. If there is an issue, students will be directed in the things they should do to correct that issue. When we
3,
record,
2, 1.
students are prompted.
Start reading here after the beep. Click next when you are done.
I have dreams about those shoes. Black high tops, 2 white strips. Grandma, I want them. There's no room for want around here, Grandma says. What you need are new boots for winter. They will be prompted to continue. Brandon T. comes to school in those shoes. He says he's the fastest runner now, not me. I was always the fastest runner before those shoes came along. Next, Alan Jacoby and Terrence each get a pair. And now that the student has finished this, you see a reading report and a word practice report that is available for students to view. Within those reports, there are several things that you, the teacher, will find. When you click on the reading report, you will see all of the information gathered from this student's recording. In the reading report, there is a color key that lets you, the teacher, know words the student had trouble with or did not read correctly, words they pronounced correctly, and words that were not recorded. You also will see the opportunity to check for comprehension with what the student did as it relates to those comprehension questions. This particular student finished answering the comprehension questions, and if you recall, they missed one of those questions, so they received 34 out of the 35 points available. The student also, while recording their voices and reading, was able to read 60 words correct per minute, and for their grade level, we see they should be reading about 92 words correct per minute. You, the teacher, at any point in time could listen to that student's actual reading of the passage that they have just recorded. As far as the word practice report that is available, any words that the student had difficulty with will appear in this list. When the student clicks on one of those words, they will be able to do several things. First, they can listen to the word being pronounced correctly. They then will be able to practice saying the word correctly themselves and record themselves using that word. And finally, they are able to listen and rate their own recording of that word. So the feedback for students is going to be automatic, and they can listen and re-record as often or as much as they feel they need to do so. Once the student has completed all of the reading and all of the comprehension questions, you, the teacher, will see this report on your login for MyNG Connect. You see the student's reading progress, that they've completed everything, they've answered all of the questions, and we've just seen that reading report. You also see information relative to how the students scored. And remember, at the bottom of this page is a key code indicating to you what all of those things mean. We hope that this information has been beneficial to you in introducing you to the Comprehension Coach. We look forward to working with you again soon.